existing life. So you can't say, once my kids go to kindergarten, once my kids go off to college, once this happens, after I finish taking care of my parents. No. You just do it now, and you elevate your existing situation. So last weekend, I'm in Seattle, speaking at a conference, and I found out my daughter, who's 11, got moved up to the older league, and her travel soccer team was gonna start the next day. And I was just crushed, heartbroken that I was gonna be there. And I was so bothered by this. I was really questioning my choice of being at this conference. What was that for? Is it because I like to present, because I like to share, because I like to teach, but I'm missing our first opening game? Then I was like, wait a second. Who says I don't just buy a one-way ticket home, fly through the night tonight? So I got on Orbit. I looked like this when I saw the price of it, and I just hit purchase. And I took a red-eye flight home, and I showed up on the field at 11:29 for her 11:30 a.m. game. O'Hare Airport on a bench. Stellar. I was like hugging my purse. It's a little dangerous, but I made it home. And the bottom line is that that's freedom to me. And I don't say that to you to brag that like I could buy a $1,000 plane ticket, but I couldn't have done that a few years ago, or my husband would have choked, right? But now, freedom. Freedom to do what you want, to be with your family, to travel, to explore, to pay down debt, whatever it is. That is success to me. Success isn't the money in the bank. Success is what that allows me to do in my life. And I wanted to include that picture so you could see that. I wonder if this little bad boy thing works. Greg, is there a funny way to make that remote work? Okay, so in addition to being a Beachbody coach, some of you know that I'm also in fitness. I'm a group fitness instructor at heart. I started with spinning like 17 years ago, and then moved to a new community. I opened a health club because I had a degree in French and journalism. It seemed like the right approach, right? So that's what I did, and long story short, I now have a team of 42 trainers, instructors, front desk workers, daycare employees, and we've changed our whole community. We have about 3,000 different people who have belonged or participated in programs at Bay Athletic Club, and our community is 12,000 people. Woo! That's impact. All right, oh, hi. I don't have to use the little gadget. It doesn't really bother me either way. So, Greg, I can roll with pretty much anything. Cool, all right, we'll just go with this. So, okay, can I go back? Oh, there we go, awesome. So anyway, I've owned the club for about 9 years, and when I opened, and my son's 9, so do that math really quick, 9 years, he's 9. Oh, life was really crazy, why did she do that? So my daughter's 11, he's 9. I opened the club when he was a little baby. There he is at the grand opening. I'm showing you this because my favorite phrase in life is success is not convenient. So what mom with a 3-month-old and a 2-year-old and a degree in journalism and French opened
French!
14,000 square feet to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars in a loan, right? Do you have that much conviction about what you do? I'm not telling you to go open a health club, please don't. You've got a fitness business right in front of you, it costs you about $100 a month, right? I'm saying, what if you had that level of conviction and you poured it into your business? I think one of the reasons why I took off with Beachbody and have gotten to where I am is that I already had been through the trenches of needing conviction in a business. I already had the monkey on my back of about $60,000 a month in bills to pay in a small town. All my employees' payroll, all the rent, all the stuff. I already had that monkey in my back and I already fought through it. So when I opened my Beachbody business, I used that same mentality of having a $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a month business on my back that I had to pay for. And I remember Jeff Hill saying that to me once, like, what is it, why do you think you have such conviction? I'm like, well, yes, I believe in the calling, I believe in health and fitness, but I think I dug in like a mad woman to this business because that was my experience in my other one. So can you just pretend that you have this monkey on your back that you gotta pay for? Would you work harder if you did? This is what made me work harder. I had to create a club that wasn't gonna close in a year because my community needed it that badly. And so I had to dive in to make it successful, and I had to fail my way forward rather than sit. So I used that same mentality in this business. So sometimes you have to find the struggle. You have to find what's gonna force you to do this. You've got to pretend that you've got something on your back. Make sense? Yes? The takeaway is not go open a health club. The takeaway is to use that mentality that I had of there's no way other than success. Now. Okay? So I founded a team called Team Rockstar Fit. Okay. Team Rockstar Fit, and I'll share a little bit more about this as we go, but this is at leadership last year. Our team is really made up of a lot of fitness professionals and fitness enthusiasts. And I think our vibe is pretty chill. I think our vibe is pretty, we just had to find our own voice. And I'm gonna share with you a little bit about how we did that. So this is what you see today. I was a CEO award winner at Beachbody last year, which was pretty exciting. Was anybody at Summit last year? What you remember is I could barely walk to the stage. My legs were shaking so badly. And they shook for like 3 days afterward. And when they announced my name, I was sitting next to Anna Gray, last name Gray, okay? We're sitting together in the elite section, and when I figured out they're talking about me, I leaned forward and I started saying, I'm gonna vomit, I'm gonna throw up, I'm gonna vomit, and she's filming me saying this. And my husband's hitting my leg, saying, you don't even have your shoes on, get your shoes on, you gotta go up there. So to say that I was taken back, surprised, it would have been like telling me I was pregnant with triplets, something like that level of surprise. I share it with you because nothing that I've done in this business was for that. It wasn't for that. It's not for the numbers of ranks and diamonds. It's not for elite. It's not for a jacket. It's not for anything other than living my purpose of changing lives and leading other leaders. That's it. You can't want to do this with the thought that one day that's going to happen. Let that be the icing on the cake, the gravy, the cherry on top. If that is what's driving you, like walking across the stage, getting a pin, earning a bracelet, like wrong carrot to follow, right? That was just the icing on the cake. So what I want to show you is that's what you might see today. Let me show you what some of the struggles were to get there. Who's that girl? Outside a bakery, nonetheless. So my freshman year in college, I was 22 pounds overweight in my first semester. So I went to college, I'm a scrawny kid. And then I found dorm food, some burritos late at night, bar time, a couple beers. And I went to UW-Madison, it's kind of part of what we did. So 22 pounds later, in 3 months, I went home and saw my family at Christmas, and they were all like, they didn't want to say anything. My mom was like, do you need some new clothes? No, I'll just wear Dad's. So, this was my whole entire college career. I'm smiling in that picture and it's fake. I really spent the majority of my college career hating my body. So embarrassed. Feeling like everybody, and it's just we get in our heads, but everybody must be staring at me. Everybody's looking at my stomach. Everybody knows I gained this weight. Everybody knows. It's toxic. It's so toxic, right? So here's what I did. My senior year of college, I decided to join the student rec center. I'm like, maybe I should exercise. So I got my CD Walkman out, put my headphones on. I went to the student rec center. I walked in. Saw all these dudes lifting, and there was like metal crashing down and stuff dropping, and then I walked out. But it was still more exercise than I'd been getting, so I went home and I realized how fearful I was of exercise. So it's funny, I own an award-winning gym that is in the top, we earn the top 10 small business in the state of Michigan. Right? I speak to club owners, some of my friends are here from the Maryland Athletic Club. I speak to club owners all around the world. And I freaked out walking in a gym not that long ago. What I want you to hear from that is any fear can be overcome. Any fear can be overcome. If you had told me when I walked in that student rec center, a few years in the future I'd own a gym, I'd have a business, I'd be talking on the fitness circuit, I'd be like, that's BS. I'm overweight, I can't stand fitness, I'm embarrassed. Any fear can be overcome. It took people believing in me. I joined the gym off campus with my mom and her friends. It was so embarrassing. But they welcomed me there. And then I became, as Stephanie shared earlier in her own story, became an instructor and a trainer, and later decided, why not me? Why not me? What if I don't look like every other gym owner out there? Why not me? I'm gonna create something different. And I did the same thing in my Beachbody business. So another struggle that I had in getting there, so one, I didn't even like fitness initially. I was overweight myself. My sister, by the way, at that same time was the captain of the University of North Carolina swim team, and my brother was the captain of the Duke track and cross country team. But I was eating bonbons, and my parents were proud. So another struggle that I had was when my friend Janelle presented me with this opportunity of Beachbody. I can't say that it came on a golden platter at the perfect time in my life. So if you're looking for that, or people in your life are looking for that, tell them it doesn't exist. I was really run down as an entrepreneur, business owner with 2 little kids, to the point that I was sweating through my sheets at night. We'd wake up in the morning and it was like our bed was soaking wet. I had just crazy hot flashes, like all these things were happening. I was trying to nurse my son, I had to stop, I couldn't produce the milk supply. And chronic stomach pain, not good, okay? I was young. I was not even 30. And I had to go to get some blood tests done. They sent it to Mayo Clinic. And then they called me and said, Mrs. Gray, we've got some bad news for you. You have a rare form of mono. It's usually only found in women in Africa who are so depleted of energy and nutrients. Good. So I'm doing well. Yeah. That's what you want to tell me. Well, here's the deal. The club was successful. We had lots of money in the bank. Since the day we opened the doors, we've never not been profitable. So on the outside, things look pretty good. But on the inside, I'm like dying. Not long after that, Janelle told me about Beachbody. So to say that my plate was already full and that I wasn't looking to take anything else on is an understatement. But I said yes. And I said yes because I had this belief. One, in the person who invited me, that's key. 2, I had this idea that why not partner with a bigger brand in fitness? They know something I don't know. What can I do with this opportunity to grow my own interest in my own brand in fitness? So why not hitch my wagon